Hey, what's up with y'all, man? This is Poke Mitchell, man. I just got up from taking me a little nap. Uh, I guess I'm going to address a little something right now, man. I recently seen a big cartoon from 5'3", uh, uh, podcast where he was defending his stepson from being on a 50-50 yard, man. And um, it's one of the things that I caught that he was saying was that he didn't know if the blacks if it was a rule that came down from the blacks or whatever the case may be, to not to go to a 50-50 yard. You know, I remember I was in Donovan in 2000, and I think I got to Donovan in 2005, 2006, 2005, 2006. One of them years I got to Donovan. I went from Ironwood. I had came from Ironwood to Donovan for a sticking. Anyway, once they let me on the yard, I began the program, doing my thing, whatever. But I remember it was this one CO who was pretty straight. Me and him used to see eye to eye on a lot of things. He was the kind of CO, man, that's gonna run to the action to get cracking. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get cracking. He liked to fight. You know what I'm saying? He'd give you a squabble and all that. But we ended up, respecting one another and able to talk real to each other about a lot of things, give our opinions on things. And I remember one day he told me that, Mr. Fryer, they gonna end up integrating and putting everybody in the same prisons. It's not gonna matter, if you a Crip, if you a Blood, if you a Serenio, if you're good, you're bad. And I remember telling him, man, that ain't gonna never happen. That ain't gonna never happen. He said, man, just watch in a few years. And I always remembered that conversation that we had. And if you had to ask me who is responsible for all the 50-50 yards and all that shit, man, it's the penitentiary system, man. I don't see how you guys ain't figured that one out yet. How they shut down a lot of penitentiaries. And for a very long time, you guys know, man, all they do is move one set of inmates to another penitentiary. Whenever it's a riot, they just switching everybody around, man, all the time, man. And it's not enough penitentiaries to hold everybody in them. So not only that, as I, began to start to recondition my mind and say, you know what, it's time for me to start thinking and doing things the right way, if not for myself, for my daughter. At the time, I had a 25 to life sentence. And as God began to put people in my life and And I started to recondition my mind and look at things. I started to look at things a total different way, and make a long story short, the 3-strike law passed because I was in there. I had a 3-strike, 25 to life, but life is life to me. And I ended up getting out. Went to San Quentin and paroled from San Quentin. And, it's I always say, man, my new saying is, man, the smartest man is not always the smartest, man. That's why my following days is over with, man. Either we gonna be leaders and raise leaders, or it's just everything just separate everything. But I remember a lot of people, I done been out for like about 10, 11 years going on 12, something like that now. And when I was in there, I had relationships with a lot of good dudes, man. A lot of good dudes, Crips, Bloods. And the ones that I continue to talk to on the phone, though I'm, I be from a different area and community, I used to tell them, bro, look, man, the only way you're going to be able to go home is you got to get off them level 4s, man. The board ain't honoring that level 4 shit. If you think that doing level time is the most important thing that you can do for yourself and remain and leave your kids, out there without a father, I don't know where your mind is at. I go back and I think when that CEO told me, man, that they was going to end up putting everybody together, man, and people was just going to have to go for what they know. I know people that's on them 50-50 yards right now. I know killers that's on 50-50 yards right now, who straight been forgot about anyway. So why would you care what somebody think about where you supposed to be or where you supposed to do your time? I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? People go around and, and say they don't wish prison on their worst enemy. But, black people, that's all we do, man, is contradict each other, man. We make up our own rules. So I would just say, man, think, man. Put your best foot forward. Do the best you can. And be a man before anything. God bless. I'm out. Hey, self-motivation is the best motivation.